Hey, shalom, 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 everyone. My name is Zachariah Yahouda, and I'm coming back with a quick lesson here, prophesying the downfall of Babylon, a.k.a. America, home where all the gross abomination occur. I just want to go into the lesson. They keep on shutting me down on my other phone. I don't know why they keep on stopping the video, but this is going to be go straight out. So I'm going to do about 3 parts, maybe 4 parts to this lesson. And I hope y'all be edified, okay? So before we start, let's go right here to Revelation chapter 13. Revelation chapter 13, verse 15. And it reads, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and call as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay? So I got a couple clips that I'm gonna play, and I hope y'all be edified. First, before we do so, let's do this here. Let's go to a fair use doctrine. Okay, now it look like it still look crooked. It's all right, we're good. Fair use under the copyright statute of 1976.
The Copyright Act of 1976 protects creators' works, establishing key principles like lifetime plus 70 years of protection, and fair use for things like teaching and research. It promotes science and the arts, rewards creators, encourages knowledge sharing, and adapts to technological changes, aligning with international standards. For legal advice, consult a professional.
Okay, so I'm not getting paid for this, strictly for educational purposes, such as teaching, for commenting, news reporting, teaching, and scholarship, criticism, commenting, news reporting, teaching, and scholarship, and research. Okay. And I think I overheard the elder apostle say entertainment. So I'm gonna put that in there too, in case. I'm not monetized. I'm not getting paid for this. Strictly for strictly for educational purposes, such as what I just mentioned. So fair use. Okay. I want to show y'all this video real quick.
Now the Lord. You know that there's a large insurgence of gangs lately. It's like you've always had the Bloods, you always had the Crips, you've always had the Vice Lords, but you have Old Block, you have 63rd, you have Folk. So there's a large insurgence of gangs, gang, everybody gang now. But you know there's a gang that you probably didn't realize is a gang? It's called the Hebrew Israelites. That's nothing but a gang. And you notice that they only try to intimidate the church. They don't go to the Muslims because they know Muslims are militant. They don't bother the Muslims at their mass, but they'll go to a church and protest. They'll go to a church, curse out all the church members, trying to get them converted to their delusion. Yeah. The reason why I'd be so hard concerning the Hebrew Israelites, because I don't like disingenuousness. I don't like the fact that they lie. He said, lie. What do you mean they lie? I don't like the fact that they lie and act like all of a sudden Israel is worshiping Christ. As a people, as a whole, Israel rejects Christ as the Messiah. So why are all these Hebrew Israelites going to Christian panels acting as if they accept Christ? They don't. They don't.
Okay, I want to stop right there. He kind of effeminate, you know, like he's very effeminate. Okay, you know, people like that, the Lord ain't accepting them, man. They ain't getting in no kingdom. Okay, I want to go back to Revelation chapter 13. And then he come down. He tried to come in on the Israelites, you know, which consists of the Negro, Latinos, and Native American. Okay, see, that's a form of being docile and weak. Revelation chapter 13, verses 15. It said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Verse 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, and free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. And hey, these are times we in right now, folks. These are the times we in, and guys like that there, and millions of others just like him, millions and millions of others gonna bow down to the devil and his system. Okay. And another thing is these Christians, they don't even read, they don't know nothing about this Bible, man, that they read, man. They worship, this is the guy that they worship. This is their God right here. Let me show you. Let me see here. This is their God right here. An image of Jesus Christ. Here go their image right here. There go their God right there. This is their God. Okay? That's their God. Okay, now let's go into these scriptures. And when you go into that word image, it's talking about their God. If you don't worship their God that's made in their image, then you're going to die. This is basically what they saying. Okay? So, my man, he said something about gangs have diversified, but intent remain consistent. So, recognizing spiritual and social deception in modern movements. Okay? So, it said over decades, gangs have multiplied and splintered. Bloods, Crips, Vice Lord, O Block, 63rd folks. The growth is not random. It reflects strategic organization and territorial influences. Okay, social structures like gangs often reflects power dynamics and influence over communities. Spiritually, communities are susceptible to deception when authority structure goes unchallenged. Vigilance is necessary to distinguish between cultural movements and spiritual dangerous movements. Let's get Proverbs chapter 16, 6 verse 16. I'm going to start at 15. 14. It said, frowardness is in the heart. He devises mischief continually. He soweth discord. Okay, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. See, that's what's going on with our people, man. 2/3 of them, like my man. Okay, and then also, and they join unto these heathen nation, man. So they ain't gonna learn the hard way, and they sow discourse. Verse 16. These 6 things do Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. It said, 18, it said, the heart that devises wicked imagination, feet that be swift into running to mischief. Verse 19, the false witness that speak of lies, he that soweth discourse among brethren. See, and that's what that dude doing, man. Then coming up against us. So Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai hate deceit, lies, and manipulative structures. Any movement that thrive on deception will ultimately be judged. So we coming into them times. So especially when you coming after the men of the Lord's men. So community must discern intent behind action, not just appearance. Just because a group has some recognition does not mean it is righteous. Observing patterns is a tool Yahweh gives for protection. Vigilant is a command, not optional. Deception often masquerades as authority or righteousness. Okay, some groups operate under guise of religion, but are gained like in structure. So the Hebrew Israelite function similarly to gangs organized. This is what he got: territorial confrontation to target certain communities, churches, and but avoid other Muslim strategic. This selective engagement shows planning, not spiritual seeking. True spiritual conviction seeks truth, not territorial influence. Discernment requires observing patterns of behavior, not just belief claims. So beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. So appearances are deceptive. Their intent is hidden. Their activities undermine genuine worship of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Strategic targeting is evidence of manipulation. The faithful must recognize wolves, even if they speak religious terms. So true ministry builds faith. So, he was kind of effeminate, man. So spiritual effeminacy leads to deception. So weakness of spirit opens the door to false teachers, see? Docility is not humility. It can be a passivity in the face of deception. So an effeminate spirit often avoids confrontation even when truth demands it. So the lack of boldness emboldens the enemy to manipulate and control. So scripture calls the faithful to stand firm, not to be pliable like clay in the hands of the deceiver. So 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 11 says, "But thou, O man of power, flee these things and follow after righteousness, godliness, and faith, love, patience, and meekness." So meekness here is controlled strength, not weakness. Godly men are called to flee evil, not tolerate passivity. Passively. Spiritual effeminacy confronts meekness with docility. So boldness and righteousness is commanded, not optional. Deception exploits weakness, not strength. Follow godliness requires active pursuit, not avoidance. Meekness without courage becomes vulnerability. So docile individuals often adapt the opinions of a stronger deceptive voices. Okay, they fail to discern between truth and manipulation. A pliable spirit allows false doctrines to flourish unchecked. Excuse me there. So Israelite deception thrives where believers are passive. Strength of conviction is required to withstand coordinated attacks. So Proverbs chapter 14 verse 15, the simple believe every word, but the prudent man look well in his going. So simplicity here equates to naivety, not innocence. Prudence requires careful judgment, not blind acceptance. Weak men are easily swayed by eloquence, not truth. So spiritual leadership demands discernment, docility, equal opportunity for deception to spread. Authority is lost when one cannot stand for truth. See, we standing for truth, okay? Let me see here. I think that's all I want to get out of it. I want to go here. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Got it on here. How much time we have? Okay. So my man look like he was kind of docile. And then he tried to make us look like that we bad men. No. We coming in the spirit of the Lord. We ain't coming into the spirit of that fake white boy. You know, and for people like that, man, if you don't like what we saying, you can keep it moving, Joe. So I want to go into that to the image, back to Revelation 13, 15. It says Revelation 13 is not mystical poetry. It is policy enforcement and worship. So guys like him, man, they gonna tap out. It's already on them. You know, and all them people in them churches, when all hell break loose, man, they gonna tap out, man. They ain't building up in their faith. They talking against the men that trying to show Show them how to move and how to get built up in the faith. And the Lord ain't with these people, man. Especially in them churches, man, in them Harley houses. The image of the beast is not a cartoon idol. It is a system made visible. So life, it said life does not mean divine creation. A functional emanation. It says scripture already define what false breath look like. The last days are about forced allegiance, not ignorance. Revelation chapter 13, verse 15, it said, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So life is pneuma, meaning breath, spirit, wind, animated force. It said not Zoe define life. So this is the borrower emanation, not creation. So Genesis chapter 2, verse 7, Yahweh will give true breath to every living soul. Psalm chapter 135, verse 17, idols have mouth, but speak not. When you go to Jeremiah chapter 10, verses 14, and Jeremiah 51, verse 17, images are lies with no breath. And when you go to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 19, it talks about woe to him that saith to the dumb stone, awake. And then you got James chapter 2, verse 26. Blood without spirit is dead. So therefore, when the image suddenly speaks, something unnatural has been introduced. Okay? The word study on that word image is elkon. Representation, likeness, manifestation of authority, invisible embodiment of power. See, when I was doing the breakdown, they cut me off. So it said not a statue only, a system made visible and interactive. That's what's going on now. So they trying to, like that video Klaus Schwab made, that we gonna make you me and God. They come with that G6 now. So if you don't bow down to this image of the beast, which I'm gonna read in Revelation 13, 16, man, that's why they getting they military force in line, ordering all these national Donald Trump police force in all the states, and more so in these Democrat states. Cause this place is bankrupt. I want y'all to watch this video real quick before we finish. I want to go here. Let me show you. Hold on here. I was watching Elder Apostle Gabar video. It was about 3 hours long. Him and Jacob Barak and them and a couple other guys. I had just woke up on it, and I spent most of the day watching that and studying that video, fellowshipping with them. And man, them brothers, the Elder Apostle, they be on fire, man. Y'all should subscribe to them brothers' channel, man, if y'all want to get edified. Continue to be edified. Matter of fact, I'm going to watch this video here once I get done with this lesson. And I'm going to come back a little later on and bring out a part 2 to this lesson on this phone. Here it go right here. Here go the copyright statue right there.
Listen carefully. The federal stormtrooper militia that is wreaking havoc on American streets are not assembled for collecting immigrants. Make no mistake, after the immigrants are rounded up, the federal government will not downsize the federal stormtrooper militia. They are only just beginning. They are actively hiring thousands more stormtroopers. When they are low on immigrants to target, they will begin placing American citizens on lists and rounding them up. Anyone who resists or objects to the New World Order will be disappeared. The real reason this is all happening is because the American economy has already collapsed. They are anticipating civil unrest. The US dollar crashed years ago. They have been artificially propping it up by printing money out of thin air. This is what has been done to every economy that has collapsed right before the collapse. Very soon, toilet paper will cost $1,000 US. They pumped the economy up with printed money to keep the illusion going while they make power moves in the background. They took that printed money and funneled it all into the military and the big bullshit bill so they could fund the stormtroopers and the colonization of South America. The reason they are colonizing South American oil is simple. They need tangible assets to maintain wealth and power after the US dollar eats shit.
Sure.
Their Middle Eastern backers in Qatar gave them the blueprint for transitioning America out of democracy and into an oligarchy dictatorship by owning and controlling the oil and energy supply. They explained the collapse of the US dollar to the military generals after they turned the cameras off, and the military has shown it is loyal to the plan and is ready to take Venezuela and Greenland by force. The only chance for freedom and democracy to prevail is a populist uprising, and that must take place immediately. If they are able to establish their militia and or establish martial law, the common people will not stand a chance fighting with only pitchforks and shovels. We are currently living through a critical moment in human social evolution. The founders of the Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution knew that this day would come. They wrote in provisions protecting citizens' right to stand up against a tyrannical government. Tyranny and oppression shall not prevail upon American soil, but freedom and liberty will stand.
Okay. So now that's finished. I go to Revelation 13:16. On here. Let me see here. So Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, it said, matter of fact, let me go right here. Hold on. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. It said, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. See, that's where we at. Okay, that mark is charagma. And what I want to go into right now, and when I do part 2, I'm going to bring that out. So it said the right hand equal labor, service, practical alignment, forehead, belief, mindset, mental alignment. The mark enforces total participation. Economic system are used as enforcement tool. Warning life and survival now test of faith. and this is what's going on. To receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell. So it's talking about today digital IDs, AI surveillance, financial inclusion equal modern charagma. See, compliance equal access to economy, goods and services. Refusal equals social, economic, and sometimes legal exclusion. For the saint must maintain spiritual integrity while navigating worldly pressures. See, and that's where we at. Modern beast economy equal enforced through tech plus policy. 6, printed money and economic manipulation equal illusion of control. 7, equal charagma equal both spiritual test and worldly survival challenge. Okay? So you're going to have that chip, man. All right? So that's all I want to get out of that. When I do part 2 later on, because I've been up all night, I'm going to go and give me some shut-eye. I'm going to give me some shut-eye, and then I'm going to get up and get right back at it. I'm going to do part 2 of the lesson, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and upload this video right now. Matter of fact, I guess I can do another precept too. So the image of the beast system, not stone or wood, is given a pneuma, meaning granting decision-making, voice, and enforcement. It said, and that it should speak policy, command, and judgment approvals. This aligns with AI governance plus biometric identity and digital authority. Worship equals submission, compliance, dependence, not bowing only. Refusal results in being cut off, erased, or criminalized. Maybe death. This is the economic death first, physical death second. Okay? Now I want to go into that right here. Let's go back here. I want to go back into that mark. I want to do something real quick.